Now, cleanup and recovery efforts will continue today after Hurricane Beryl. Joining me live to talk about the city's ongoing response is Brent Taylor, Chief Communications Officer with the Houston Office of Emergency Management. Hey, Brent, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Haley. Good to see you.
Good morning. So like Justina was just mentioning, if you drive around, you're going to see a lot of fallen trees, debris still left out on the roads. Is the city going out and cleaning that up, or do you have a time frame for when you plan to do that?
Sure. So, the good thing about this storm coming right now is that we've gone through this process very recently with the derecho about 5 weeks ago, right? So there's a bit of an understanding of the expectations. Initially, we do what's called cut and clear. So they're going through the main thoroughfares and clearing them as best they can, just pushing things off to the side to make sure that those essential services can get through, that ambulances, fire trucks, police officers, metro vehicles that are helping us and helping.
On the line from the Houston Office of Emergency Management. And Brent, I know that cell service has been spotty, so thank you so much for dialing back in. I do want to pick up where we left off about what the city is doing to clean up any fallen debris that's on the roads right now.
For sure. So as I was mentioning, we did this very recently with the derecho. And so initially we go through that cut and clear process where we go through the main thoroughfares and make sure that the folks who absolutely need to be on the streets can get to the critical location. So the roads to the hospitals are clear, the roads to the police and fire stations are clear, things along those lines. And that will continue, for several days. We'll probably get through the initial part of that today, and then we'll work on the smaller kind of tributary roads after that.
Yeah.
But as we saw, the debris management plan, the full solid waste debris management takes weeks and weeks and weeks. So we should expect there to be trees on the side of the road. And as people are cleaning their own homes, like we're seeing in this video here, that stuff will probably stay until our solid waste teams and the contractors who are going to be brought in can get to those over the next several weeks.
But as far as like restoring power, are you guys working with CenterPoint to make sure that trees are off of power lines and stuff so we can get our power restored?
That absolutely. We have CenterPoint representatives in our emergency operations center since yesterday, and we are working with them. They're giving us regular updates on what their situation looks like, what they told us about the 10,000 contractors that are coming in, or the mutual aid support that they're getting from across the state and across the country. So as those crews get in, I know that Metro is serving as sort of a shuttle for them from their key locations to get those crews dispatched and making sure that they can get where they need to be safely. And so it really is a citywide and a regional effort to get the power back on.
So that's good information, and that might even be new information to us here. We've got 10,000 crews coming from across the state and across the country, because we lost CenterPoint's interview earlier, just like we did yours, because of, bad cell service. So we didn't really know who's coming to help us. In previous disasters, we do get a lot of help, and so that's good to hear that more people are coming, because we hopefully can speed this up a little bit. We're dying out here.
No, I know. And especially with the heat that we're expecting today, there is a heat advisory, National Weather Service, and I'm sure Justin mentioned it before I was on, but there's a heat advisory, 106-degree heat indexes today, or indices. So we're working, in addition to our our hurricane response, we're also dealing with the heat advisory.
Right.
And so we're working with the city, with non-government organizations, and with the county to open cooling centers for anyone who needs to get out of that heat, get to somewhere that they can maybe charge their devices, kind of check in, cool off, and just get a little bit of comfort.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask about that. Like, where can people find that information? How do they find if a cooling center is near them?
Sure. So we're working on putting that out right now through the Alert Houston. So if you're not already signed up for Alert Houston, please go to alerthouston.org. We'll be sharing the list that we have momentarily. probably as soon as I get off this interview. But right now I can tell you that the Southwest Multi-Service Center over on High Star will be open at 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. That's the one city facility that we are confident we can get up right now because, our facilities are just as impacted as, your residents and your businesses. So we have many, many facilities across the city with no power, but the Southwest Multi-Service Center is available and will be a cooling center today. And as we get more and we better understand what our operational capacities are, we will be bringing more cooling centers on today and in the days following as needed. We've been working with the Lakewood Church. They've agreed to host a cooling facility. And so they're, I believe, beginning at 8 a.m. today, they were opening their doors, a very great partner there. And then Precincts 3 and Precincts 4 have also put out lists of the community centers that they have. So I remember Trini Mendahall is one, the Crosby Community Center, Big Stone Lodge out in Spring. So there's a handful across the region, across the Houston, Harris County area that are going to be available. And we're hoping to bring more on as the situation improves.
Yeah, that's all great information. And yeah, we will definitely sign up for those alerts if we haven't already. But Brent, we talked to OEM yesterday, right? And they were talking about they were asking people to stop calling 911 for non-emergency related issues. I had a friend whose house caught fire and she was having trouble getting through to 911. Has that kind of slowed down a little bit? Are you getting a better flow in there? Because obviously that can be a problem. I know people want to call 911 for emergency situations, but really in situations like this, it should be reserved for life-threatening situations, right?
That's absolutely true. And your friend was, of course, right to call 911 when there's a fire in their house, right? That is certainly something that would meet the threshold. We do want people calling 911 for those critical life safety incidents. We don't need people calling 911 if they see a downed power line, for example, because while that is a danger, we want that to get reported to CenterPoint first. And so the number to call if you see a downed power line is 713-207-2222. And so, you can call 311 if you have to report, damage to public facilities, or if you do want to report trees down in the streets, things like that the city can respond to, again, through its debris management and through our public works teams. But 911 really should be for those immediate life-threatening emergencies.
Yeah, really good information, Brent. Again, 311 if you have something that the city can respond to, 911 if it's a life-threatening emergency. Brent Taylor, we appreciate your time this morning. That was all very good information.
Hey, thank you very much, Haley. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.